Anytime now, Mason, we're going to be getting a Captain Marvel movie. By anytime, I mean March.
Of 2019. Terrific. I mean, depending on when you're hearing this.
Exactly. But the funny thing is about Captain Marvel, Mason, there's a lot of...
Captain Marvels?
Yeah, there's a lot of Captain Marvels,
been...
and there's a lot of like kind of lead up to this current version of Captain Marvel that we're
That's
getting
true.
in the movie based on the comics.
Well, let's break it down for people.
I would love that.
There's been a whole bunch. We don't need to talk about most of them, if I'm honest with you.
Right.
We certainly don't need to talk about DC's Captain Marvel, Shazam. That's a whole different thing.
That's right.
It's another video, maybe.
Should I have edited that out when you said that just then?
No, keep that in.
Okay.
But look, we need to talk about two that concern us.
Yes.
Right? In the 1960s, we had Marvel.
That does
right?
concern us.
It's very concerning, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is there a hyphen? It's a hyphen.
Yes, it is.
Is
And
it a
there's
hyphen
two
or
Ls.
apostrophe? There's two L's.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. But anyway, so he was a Kree soldier. He was a spy. He's basically a guy who came to Earth to observe humanity for purposes of invasion. But then he comes to love humanity. He becomes humanity's protector.
That's why they cast Jude Law, because Jude Law came to Earth for that exact reason.
Exactly, right?
Yeah. A man that beautiful.
Yeah, he came to destroy us all, but then he's like, these ugly creatures, I pity them and I will protect them.
That's right.
You know what I mean? But anyway, so he, obviously being a superhero of the 60s, needed a love interest. And so that's where we bring in Carol Danvers,
Right.
who is, look, in the late 60s, she was the girlfriend.
Yes, that's right.
She was like a Air Force liaison, teamed up with Captain Marvel from time to time.
Kind of like Wonder Woman Steve Trevor, I guess.
Yeah,
in
exactly.
A way, yeah.
But in reverse.
In reverse is what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
right. So
she was an inside-out woman. Just a pile of organs in a plane cockpit.
Exactly. But the writer saw some potential in
Yep.
her. I mean, not for like 10 years.
Sure.
But look, in the late 1960s, Captain Marvel was battling with one of his adversaries, who I believe was his boss. It was Captain Yon-Rogg, which is not as catchy a name. That's
Captain
also
Yon-Rogg.
Yon-Rogg. That's
Yeah.
also hyphenated.
It sounds like they've just reversed something.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah. Is it anything?
Goronoi.
Oh, yeah. Go
You know,
on.
Goronoi.
It works either way. It works
Yeah.
about the same either way.
Exactly, right? So they're battling over a piece of equipment, piece of Kree equipment called the Psychomagnetron.
Oh, yeah.
And it explodes. Carol Danvers is exposed to the radiation from that. Cut to many years later.
Yeah. She's dead.
She's dead. It's real tragic. He's a little sad about it. And actually, because Captain Marvel, the original Captain Marvel, he actually dies in the storyline, The Death of Captain Marvel. Actually quite poignant and tragic. Let's not go into it. But in 1977, Carol Danvers returns to Marvel Comics as Ms. Marvel. That's right, Ms. Marvel. She is advertised as the first feminist superhero.
That's hence the Ms.
Hence the Ms, right? And a lot of her and she goes on her own adventures. It's revealed that her exposure to this radiation merged her DNA with the original Captain Marvel, so she has half Kree DNA. So therefore,
Which will be seen in the movie, it seems like.
Yes, so she gets his powers. So she gets superhuman strength, superhuman speed, superhuman stamina, superhuman durability.
Just the charm of Jude Law.
Yeah. Wow. Imagine having that.
Can't even. Yeah.
It's also established initially that she can fly because she's got a Kree super suit.
Right.
But I think at a certain point they were like, well, that's too inconvenient. So they just exposed her to radiation again, and then she could fly.
Nice.
Yeah. And despite being Marvel's premier feminist superhero, she is given a costume that is like cape, gloves, long sleeves, but then like shorts and an open back.
Yes.
So
is there a waist scarf in the original
No, there's
one?
no waist scarf.
Okay.
No, the waist scarf comes later.
Okay, fair enough. Waist
she
of
also-
a scarf, if you ask me.
Right. She also gets a seventh sense. Mm-hmm. It's referred to as a seventh sense. I don't know what the sixth sense was.
Right.
I mean, it was Bruce Willis.
Yes.
obviously. It was a ghost.
Yes, it was.
Spoilers. And then what happens?
What's the seventh sense do?
Oh, it's like precognitive.
Okay.
It's
like a spider sense. Sort
No,
of.
it's more like it's more wide ranging. It's like there's gonna be an earthquake.
Like Bruce Willis in Unbreakable.
Exactly. Right.
She should get his Die Hard powers. Soft feet.
Right. So that's 1977. She's Ms. Marvel. She works for a women's magazine, like a modern day women's magazine, which is published by J. Jonah Jameson.
Oh, very good.
Publisher of the Daily Bugle.
Yep.
She is Ms. Marvel, but she doesn't know she's Ms. Marvel because she blacks out. She becomes Ms. Marvel.
Okay, like Captain Underpants.
Like, is it?
Yes.
Wow.
Just don't worry about it.
Okay.
We don't have time.
we really don't. In the 80s, she was kidnapped by an alien race called the Brood. They perform experiments on her. She gets different powers. She gains the ability to tap into the power of a white hole.
Yep.
I'm not really sure what that is, but that's when she gets her incredible laser blasting abilities.
Don't they make her have a baby as well?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of that's a little murky. Look, I didn't dive that deep.
It's a bit Scully X-Files, isn't it?
It's
that
a little
moment?
bit, yeah.
That's what happened in
I mean,
X-Files.
Scully can also control the powers of a star, right?
Is that true?
Yeah, she can channel. Yeah, zap.
They should do more of that.
I
think
know,
it'd be a
right?
better show.
Missed opportunity. There's so many scrapes she could have got
There's
out,
a werewolf.
got out of. Yeah, zap. Hey, Scully, could you? No, I want to see where this goes. Oh, come on, Scully. Just do the zap thing. Then I think in the 90s, she lost the connection to that, but she still had zap powers.
Great, yeah, it's
Don't
good.
know why. She took the name Warbird. That's when she got the sash.
Oh, okay, right.
She
that's
also
where
got
that comes from.
alcoholism. I don't know if they're connected.
Yeah, they might be.
So, I mean, a lot of rock stars have a sash
That's
and
true.
alcoholism. So
Johnny Depp is all sashes, and he does struggle with alcoholism.
That's
I think
true.
it is connected, yeah.
Yeah, it's got real heavy all of a sudden.
I think so.
Yeah.
Let's end it here.
Then she okay. No, we can't. But then she was Ms. Marvel again.
Yeah.
But in 2012, she's like, you know what? I'm gonna honor the legacy of Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
By taking his name.
Yeah.
Also, he's not coming back, so I'm keeping it.
But he did come back for a bit, didn't he? Here and there.
No, look, he came back. No, because I think they didn't. They didn't want to be like they didn't want a cheap stunt and bring him back.
Yeah.
There was a Captain Marvel with that appearance, but it turned out he was a Skrull who thought he was
Okay.
Captain Marvel.
Right, okay, yeah. I bet he's also just regular been back once.
Yeah, I bet. Look, I'm certainly not an authority on any of
Yeah.
this. But you know what? Keep your comments to yourself, viewers. I don't care. Leave me alone. What else do you want to know?
Powers. What are our modern powers then? From the
okay.
Captain Marvel era.
Okay,
From 2012.
modern day powers. Superhuman strength.
Yep.
Superhuman durability. Superhuman speed.
Yep.
Flight.
Sometimes a sweet fade.
Sometimes she's got a sweet fade.
Yeah.
She's long on the top and short on the sides. That's a versatile haircut.
I wonder if we're going to get that. So, because the Captain Marvel movie set in the 90s, I wonder when it becomes more of a modern day character. Because she's got the 90s Rachel
She's got the
Fred's
Rachel cut. Yeah, right?
It goes to the modern day and it does that.
Yeah,
Like the Natalie Dormer Hunger Games haircuts.
Yeah. So she's got all those abilities. She's got energy, projection. She can shoot. Look, long story short, she can shoot lasers out of her hands.
Yeah.
But it seems to me that Kevin Feige, the head honcho at Marvel, has said she's the most powerful hero we're going to see.
Yes.
So I think they're going to ramp those powers right up.
Absolutely, yeah. I think it's going to be the equivalent of, it's like Superman compared to everybody else, I guess.
For sure.
Is the idea,
Which I'm not
yeah.
100% for. I'll be honest with you.
Somebody having with that level of power.
Cranking it right up.
Because they can just come in and zap!
Exactly.
Get rid of that
I don't want
werewolf.
to scully the Marvel universe. You know what I mean?
No, I understand that. Yeah, absolutely. So what elements do you think from the movie is carried over from the comics?
Oh, okay. Well, I think we're getting Jude Law as the original Captain Marvel.
Yep.
So, look, I don't think necessarily it's going to be some sort of Kree-based technology explosion psychomagnetron. I think it potentially she is just a human Kree hybrid.
Right,
Like, I
okay.
think maybe she has a human mother and a Kree father or something like that.
Like a Star-Lord
maybe,
situation?
Maybe Captain Marvel is her father.
It could be, yeah.
And he's back to... Maybe he's a deadbeat dad.
Could be a dead. There's a few of that.
I think potentially.
There's a lot of that in the MCU, isn't
He's
there?
got a little bit of the deadbeat dad looks about him.
He
if I'm
does,
honest
doesn't
with
he,
you.
Jude Law? Yeah.
But I think he's definitely going to be a mentor figure. He's going to show
Yes.
her how to use her powers.
Which means he's definitely going to die. Is what you're
Yeah,
saying.
absolutely.
Because he looks, they're in charge of. He's in charge of some kind of space force,
Mm-hmm.
and she's part of that team. And I'm assuming from there, she rises to the ranks, or maybe is sent to Earth to protect it, or just decides to stay on Earth because
Mm-hmm.
it's the 90s and you got to look after it. Because who knows? Because New York's bloody out of control, mate. I'll tell you that
Exactly.
much.
The cups of coffee are so big. One of those is going to spill and cause a disaster.
Absolutely. Yeah.
What if everybody spilt their giant cup of coffee at the same time?
Who knows what would happen?
You'd need a Captain Marvel for that.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But though you've skipped over the bit where she blends with one of the X-Men or something.
Oh, that's right. No, I'd completely forgotten about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Rogue of the X-Men, she has the ability to temporarily acquire the powers of basically anybody by touching them. And then they fall unconscious and she gets the powers for a while and then she loses the powers and then they wake up.
Yeah.
But the reason that Rogue can fly and is superhumanly strong and invulnerable all the time is because she got Captain Marvel in a death grip for quite some time.
Yes.
Captain Marvel went into a coma.
Yep.
There she lay for many a year.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
In
There's
the-
a fun little fact. I'd forgotten about that. Thank you for the heads up.
Well, the reason I remember it is because they do that in the cartoon.
Yeah.
So I think Captain Marvel actually shows up in that, or Ms. Marvel shows up, and then
Out for revenge.
And maybe
for
she's
being in
even-
that coma for a decade or whatever.
potentially she might even be stuck in her mind for a bit or something, or she's got an element of her conscious in her, or something like that. I can't really remember. But the 90s are a wild time, and I can't wait for the 90s to be back even more so.
Same.
Yeah. Anything
Should
else?
we both get the Rachel?
Should we both get the Rachel?
The Rachel, yeah.
I'm going to get the Nick Carter, but you can get the Rachel.
I'll get the
all right?
Rachel. We'll see
Okay,
how that
good.
turns out. All right.
Fantastic. I'm interested to know what people think about Captain Marvel and how they think she's going to play a role in this universe.
Yeah, if there's a great Captain Marvel comic book run or a cartoon episode you think is a great one, I'd like to hear about it.
I think there's potential in doing a Civil War II storyline, which is what there was a Civil War II comic with it's Captain Marvel versus the comics. It's pretty good, but I think there's elements of that which could definitely be transferred into a movie, which could play really, really well.
Well, that sounds great because we are getting presumably the end of the Thanos Infinity Gauntlet storyline.
Yeah.
By the end of Avengers 4, so we need
something else.
We need something else.
The other thing is the Civil War movie. I like that movie a lot, but it's just people punching in an airport.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see
my favorite thing.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's great, but I mean, expand it to a larger roster of characters and have
them fight in an airport.
Exactly.
Yes.
Pick a different airport. Is what I'm saying. All right, thanks for watching this video, though. We've got a podcast called The Weekly Planet. It comes out every Monday. We talk movies and comics and TV shows. Bloody pick an episode if you want and give it a listen. It's a good little... Maybe you're going to work and you're
Pick
like...
an Epo at rando. That's what we say. That's our catchphrase.
Epo rando. All right. Have a good one, everybody.
Grab that gem, you guys. We will see you next week.
Goodbye.